Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video sponsored by no one. So this video right here is going to be our SBR review of the Int UI Goku. This is the Reps of Universe 7 SBR. It's just the basic standard Super Battle Road stage. So what we're going to do is we're just going to rock the Int UI Goku in this stage, basically pair him up with the AGL UI Goku and just see what kind of numbers he can do, how much damage he takes. Because this is a newer SBR, but the Universe 7 team's kind of obviously been buffed quite extensively this past anniversary. This isn't going to be too challenging. MUI Goku will perform quite well, so I'm not going to be too surprised by any decent performance by him. But it'll be nice to see an indication of what kind of damage he takes, and you know, just to see him rock out basically. I will be doing a second video with him in the Extreme Super Battle Road stage, where he'll be taking on the Realm of the Gods category, which is one of the hardest ESBR stages, so it's going to be nice to see the comparison. That being said, we are rocking the LR Go Frieza after their recent EZA. We have the LR Master Roshi, we have the Master Roshi and TN unit, we have the Physical Android 17, a friend AGL LR UI Goku, and we have the AGL Super Fit Buu. So we've got quite an extensive array of options in terms of the team building, and so we'll get a pretty nice look at Goku. We've got a couple supports on rotation, we've got a couple decent linking partners for him. Obviously, unfortunately, we get him in the third slot, so we're not going to be able to see too much out of him in terms of this first fight. In fact, I don't think we see him at all. But beyond that, we'll get some pretty good references and just some, good displays from Goku. I think this is my copy of Goku, so this Goku does have a single dupe in him. Obviously, after his EZA, he became 150% attack and defense. He raises his attack and defense indefinitely on his super attack, and of course, when he awakens, he gains a great chance of evasion. Full evasion for a single turn after transformation, and he gains attacks effective against all types for one turn. He also gets 200% attack and 100% defense. So a defense reduction, but he adds evasion. We won't see him transform in this one actually. He transforms quite a bit in the Extreme Super Battle Road stage, but he doesn't transform so much in the Super Battle Road one. That's going to depend on how many dupes you have on Goku, but he looks pretty good right from the offset. We're not going to take a look at his defense here or anything, just because it's kind of pointless. I literally don't think we get to Goku, or well, we do, but we're not going to see too much out of Goku here. So not too concerned about anything like that. We'll just kind of run through this first round quickly, and then we should have our pairing set up afterwards. Obviously, Go Frieza got their EZA, which increases their defense impressively, and of course, allows them to still put out that pretty mega crazy damage that they do. So 2.6 million, nothing too bad, nothing too spectacular, but a very, very solid number right off the bat, probably coupled with around about 140 or so K defense. So relatively solid start. So yeah, looking good. We'll enter into the second fight and see how we go from there. Overall, obviously not too concerned with how Goku's going to perform. He's pretty reliable and pretty solid. His kit's very simple, as I kind of stated in his review. But overall, he's going to be looking very impressive. His linking partners are mainly going to be units like the LR AGL Goku, going to be units like the SBKK Goku as well, and then any future, MUI Gokus basically. The interesting thing about this Goku is he can link with himself once he transforms, which is pretty cool and nice to know, but beyond that, nothing too crazy. We're going to keep the Master Roshi on rotation here, just so that we can keep some support on the rotation, just see how this whole thing lines up. We're going to pop an item and just kind of take a look at how Goku does in his first turn without one. That'll be a pretty good indication, because Goku will be back in the third turn. And yeah, everything should be perfectly good to go from there. Obviously the LR AGL Goku is popping off really well here. But we've also got Master Roshi putting in some impressive stats as well, sealing up units and, well, one-shot killing the Int one. But yeah, really nice performance here overall. And then we've got the Master Roshi and Tien, who do a really good job of debuffing the enemies, sealing them, lowering attack and defense, and just overall doing a really impressive job while acting as a support. So all really nice and good to see. We are unfortunately going to dish out quite a substantial amount of damage, so again we're not going to see too much of Goku in this fight, but it is just a problem sometimes with running these teams. Some of them are just really powerful now, especially this with all the updates, so you just tend to kind of blow away through some of these SBR stages, especially the ones where you're kind of optimally primed, like this one. You know, we have the LR, we have the Master Roshi, who's a great new free-to-play addition. We're using a friend AGL LR. It's important to note that I am also using a single dupe friend AGL LR. I thought it would be interesting to compare the two stats and just kind of see how they perform side by side, just so we can get a good idea of how good this Int UI Goku's EZA has been actually. So we'll take a look. Goku is sitting there at 164,000k defense, so he's sitting just below the LR for now. 155k, sorry, sitting just below the AGL LR for now, but remember he does stack his defense. Obviously the AGL one, he raises his defense via evasion, but yeah, they're pretty good numbers from both of them, considering they have the same number of dupes, and of course a pretty nice attack stat to follow up with from Goku as well. 3 point something million is really solid. Obviously we get the nice big chunky 4.5 mil from this Goku, but they both link up very well, so it's all impressive nonetheless. That being said, the next step that we're going to look at is obviously taking on the stage 3, or well, the third fight in this stage I should say. But we are fortunate in the fact that now we should be able to get a decent look at Goku, at least a solid look at how he performs. We will be activating a Whis here, just so we can see the first 2 turns and get a couple more attack stats out of Goku. I feel like we've kind of not seen a lot of attack stats. I know we've seen 2 of them. We've seen a good defensive stat, we've seen a good representation of where Goku's at, but we haven't, you know, seen a nice big attack stat, seen him take multiple attacks or anything like that. We've just been blowing through the stage far too quickly. So yeah, we're getting a good evasion from Majin Buu here. He's going to hopefully get the stun going, which would be great because it would help limit the amount of damage we take. Even if he doesn't, we are going to get the seal and the attack lowering off from Master Roshi and Tien, which is always going to be helpful as well. Go Frieza will come in and do a monstro attack stat basically. Very impressive, 7 million. Obviously they were always capable of these kind of attack stats, but it's more the fact that their defense is just so much more impressive now and higher, and just great in general. So it's really awesome, really nice to see how much they've improved from that EZA defensively. Now I've got Goku, obviously Goku and Goku. We've got the buff defensively from Android 17, so we are going to be seeing a pretty high defensive stat. Obviously again Goku just behind, but it will go up as he supers, so nothing to be too concerned about. Obviously again they link very well, so we should see a very solid attack stat out of Goku, again in that 3 million range or so, as we've seen before a couple times. So really solid, yeah, 3.1 million. Remember, Goku still has some link leveling to do. He doesn't have perfect equipment, so we could definitely get that amount higher just by focusing in on Goku, link leveling him a bit. And we're getting a very chunky, nice attack stat from Goku, who's also going to have that innate chance to crit as well, which is obviously super helpful when you're fighting units that are not your typing. So yeah, really solid, impressive showing from both of them again. Really good numbers defensively, I'm noticing, from Goku. So if anything, you have a very solid, tankier option for your Realm of the Gods, Reps of Universe 7 teams, or your SBR runs. Goku just seems to be, even with just a single dupe, super duper tanky. we're going to run a Princess Snake here. That's just going to allow us to essentially, you know, not use an item next turn, or will not have an item active next turn, which is, you know, going to help us out, and just basically prevent us from having too many issues. And it'll allow us to see, well, I was going to say would allow us to see Goku taking a hit, but then of course we stunned Jiren, and we're going to stun Toppo as well. So, and Goku's going to get the Dokkan attack, so realistically we're not going to see any Goku take any hits without an item, but that's okay. Goku's defense was competitively as high as the LR's, higher than most of the rest of the team, so there's no real need to see it, but yeah, it would have been nice to note just how much he was doing. But as you can see, he's been stacking that defense, so his defense by the second turn is higher than the AGL LR's. Obviously the AGL LR will still gain on evasion, but Goku will still also stack from his super attack. We're going to get the Dokkan attack here, which is going to kill both of them. We will see Goku net a 3.7 million attack stat underneath if you look under his tag, so still pretty good. And yeah, overall I think Goku did really well. We didn't get to see as much of him as I would like, but for a normal SBR like this, Goku's going to be a super solid option. Rainbow, non-rainbow, 55%, 60%, but single dupe, no dupe, any dupe, Goku's going to be really, really good after his EZA for this and many other SBR. So feel free, if you do have Goku, if you have managed to EZM and you haven't completed any of the SBRs, pretty much any SBR Goku's in, he's going to be doing really, really well. But that's going to be it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers and bye.